Hi, I'm Eric Knowles, president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, and this is the Member Connection. And before we get started, a word from one of our sponsors. And I know you're getting tired of me talking about how excited I am about my guests that come on this show, but hey, I got some great guests and I'm excited again. Dr. Angela Walker, how are you?
I am well, Eric. It's a pleasure to be here with you today.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure, having you here. And it's Angel Walk Chiropractic is your business.
Exactly. And I'm a chiropractor by profession.
Okay.
And Angel Walk Chiropractic is my VIP concierge, mobile, if you will,
Okay.
Chiropractic practice. And I also just launched a CBD line of products called Ally Inc.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
And so let's get back into this chiropractic. I can't even say the word.
Yes, it's a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. And for some people, it's scary.
Right.
So I want you to take the fear out of the chiropractic practice. So our guests that are watching can, let's take us from the basics to the importance of chiropractic care.
Yes.
But before we go there, who is Dr. Walker?
That's a good question. I am someone who just loves to help people. I feel that I'm here. My purpose here is to help others and to serve, to give, to do, to serve. And I just want to be able to help as many people as I can, either through chiropractic care, holistic wellness, which, to me encompasses mind, body, and spirit.
Okay.
And that's another reason why I've gotten into the CBD line of products, because of course we know all the benefits of CBD, and it doesn't have to have any other hallucinogenic, properties in order for you to get the true essence and pure, medicinal properties of the plant.
Okay. Well, since we're there, let's talk about that a little bit, because obviously CBD and you got all of these clinics popping up all over the place. So what enticed you to go into that business?
Even this aspect of my life and how I live my life, and in a very holistic way, from my diet to, walking as much as I can throughout the week. I try to get at least 3 times in a week, drinking, aloe with water in the mornings. And, I love, your garden that you have, that you're, you show off a little on social media. I really always, hone in on that. And just from the very beginning, because my family is from Trinidad and Tobago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That I did not know.
Yeah. So my family's Trini.
Okay.
And, I've always been taught to eat in a holistic manner or eat natural foods
Right.
and whatnot. So even when it came to, after I had my daughter, when it came to taking care of my immediate family, I always chose a very holistic route. And that's another reason why I chose chiropractic.
Okay.
Chiropractic care, of course, is an alternative holistic form, or we say we call them CAMs, or they are like an alternative form of medicinal, or what would you say, a alternative to the traditional allopathic medical model.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't have to have a prescription, so to speak.
Okay, I got you.
Okay,
All right.
and it is very hands-on. Chiro does mean hands, and practicing with our hands. We also are central nervous system doctors, where we actually, every time we do an adjustment at a certain level, each level has nerves and blood vessels that carry oxygen to and from those areas, maybe to the eye, maybe to your heart, to your stomach. So every level of the spine is attached or associated with a part or function, or organ or function of your body.
Okay.
Okay. So that's how we end up being called central nervous system doctors, because we're affecting the brain and the spinal cord. Now, going back to Ally,
Right.
which is my CBD line and company, it's also something that affects a system of the body. It's the endocannabinoid system, okay, where your body can tend to have some stress, anxiety, issues with sleeping. CBD actually helps to calm and alleviate some of these symptoms that can tend to come about when we're having whatever situation or scenario that we're facing, in life. It's a stressful time right now.
Right. We all
Yeah.
going through, I mean, obviously for the last couple of years, going through the pandemic, certain degree still in the pandemic. We don't know when the next strain is going to pop up.
Right.
And so we're still, I talk to family members, and, you need to stay home. You're always out. I mean, you got to keep on living.
We do.
And so to your point, there's a lot of stress out there still. A lot of people, concerned about, what's next.
Yes.
And so you're saying that this particular product is helpful.
Yes.
In that process.
Very helpful. I have actually had anyone who's tried this particular product, my product, I've had them give me, great reviews, or, a good testimony, so to speak, about it, where it's helped them with their anxiety throughout the day. It also helps them get a good night's rest, and just sleep is very important.
So what is it a ingested, or is it an application on the skin?
So CBD does come in different forms.
Right.
So you have like oral oils,
right.
or you can have a gummy, which this line, actually, my line is starting out with a gummy.
Okay.
So it is digested, or it's an ingestible.
Mm-hmm.
And you start out with like one per day. And then if you feel like you don't get the necessary or the desired effect that you want, because it will, like I said, create a sense of calmness, even without the THC. These are THC free.
Right.
Okay. So they have less than.
Because there are those gummies out there with.
Yes, there are gummies.
So this is without the THC.
This is without the THC. However, this gummy has 25 milligrams of CBD. Most of the gummies have about 3.5, 7 milligrams. This is 25.
Wow.
So if you end up taking 2, you are really going to feel the effect of it. And most people want to take a nice nap.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But you can function. That's the whole point of CBD too, and why it's so important that this becomes more readily available and accessible to others and to people who need it.
Right.
Because you can function, without the THC component,
Right.
you can go about your day and deal with your anxiety,
Right.
or, if you want to have, or if you're having trouble having rest, you can have a good night's sleep without this high.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Interesting. That's very
Yes.
interesting. Yeah, I mean, you hear about it so much and definitely want to learn more about it with you. Let's go back to our chiropractic.
Yes.
Now, you said you are the traveling. Explain that.
Yes. So I have patients. I originally had a practice
Okay.
in Aventura, actually, with a partner. And since leaving there and having my own practice solo, I decided to, come away from that just prior to the pandemic and everything. And I started working with orthopedic surgeons during the day.
Okay.
So I work with at a spine and joint institute.
Okay.
And then a lot of my patients wanted to stay with me.
All right.
So my patients from my practice are the patients that I still see.
Okay.
And so I see them maybe on a Thursday evening or a Saturday morning, whatever's most convenient for them. And for my schedule, we typically can work something out. And so I do also take on new clients, anyone who's recommended, like if you recommended someone or you yourself would like a house call or a concierge visit, a VIP visit,
Right.
then I would come to you.
And what would a visit entail?
Okay, that's a great question. First and foremost, I am a chiropractor that I'm not just going to adjust you without doing any type of soft tissue work, meaning I will use various instruments to break down trigger points. Trigger points are like little knots that we can get in our muscles, or they can become ropey as well. And so I break those down. Whatever area that you're having a problem with, I'm going to focus in that area first and do some tissue work,
Right.
some soft tissue work. And I also have different modalities. So I have E-stem, and I also, which is electrical stimulation. Basically, E-stem just tires the muscle out so that when I remove the pads, the muscle kind of just, relaxes. Right. And I have ultrasound, which actually removes inflammation, and it's kind of a flushing. So sometimes you can get a swelling in the area, say in the knee area, or even in the low back or neck region, you can get some inflammation. The ultrasound actually will flush that area and speed up healing because it goes to the cellular level to speed up healing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after all that is done,
yes,
and you talk about adjusting, and I've seen the videos, necks being pulled, or
yes, and they make all the loud cracks.
That part. Part. That's the scary part.
Yes.
That's the scary part to me. And,
yes.
And you've heard these stories about chiropractors, and so debunk the myth, please.
Okay. Thank you, because that is what most people are scared of. And actually, that's just nitrogen, it's like nitrous gas that builds up in between the joints. It's just a release of gas. That's a pop. And it sounds like a crack, right? But we're not cracking any bones. We're actually moving the bones. we're adjusting the bone, putting it back into alignment, so that those nerves have no compression or pressure on them. The blood vessels don't have any pressure on them. So you get rich oxygenated blood going to your organs, and you have great brain signals from the nerves, going from the organs or tissues to the brain.
Okay.
Okay. So we remove interferences, and there's nothing to be scared of. Even when it comes to the neck, there's some men that don't want their neck adjusted.
I mean, that's a scary thing. We grow up playing football and in
Yes.
sports, and neck injury is one of the scariest things that you can
Yes.
have. And so when you see that and you see somebody's head being
Adjusted. Well,
adjusted.
this is the thing. You have to use so much force because the muscles are supportive. And remember, you have ligaments and tendons that attach the muscles to the bone.
Right.
The muscles are not going to allow me or any other chiropractor to twist your head off or anything like that. And when it comes to the back, I would have to jump from a high level onto your back to actually break a rib or break,
Right.
a bone in that area.
Right.
So really, chiropractic is a science and an art.
Okay.
What we do is an art, right? Because we can feel the bones and we can feel the different levels and what's actually happening at that level. And we make the correction and the adjustment, right? Now, the science part of it is the whole medical aspect and the removal of the interference and the functionality that comes along with the alignment, because anatomy and function go together. If you have an interference, you don't have proper function of the liver. Say you have the blood vessels and the nerves cut off. You're not getting proper signals going to the liver. You're not getting proper oxygenated blood going to the liver. Once I create the adjustment and make the correction and I open that channel, then you get rich oxygenated blood there, which helps with function. Right.
Wow.
And the signal, because the brain is telling the liver what to do.
Right.
And that's why chiropractic is so important.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. That's a lesson in itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Wow.
People don't realize that we're doing all that. And it's very simple what we do in a sense. However, it's very important, and it's life-changing, and it's definitely for wellness.
Wow. Well, our time has flown by.
I can't believe it's over.
Yeah. And so if someone wants to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
You can reach me on Facebook at Angela R. Walker, DC. And you can reach me on Instagram at AngelWalk04. And also you can reach me now through yourally.com. That's your YOUR ally, ALLYI.com.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. This time has flown by. And if you want to know more about the chamber, go to www.m-dcc.org or call the chamber at 305-751-8648. This has been the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce Member Connection. Today, I stand before you, a proud graduate of Miami-Dade College and the 5th president of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. I'm honored to return to the college that prepared me to become a leader in our community, providing an education second to none. So I'm asking you to please tune in every Monday at 12 noon to the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce's Member Connection, as I interview members of the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce on our Facebook page at Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce or our YouTube channel, Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce. To learn more about the Chamber, please go to m-dcc.org or call the Chamber at 305-751-8648.